Alright, what's up everybody? It's Carl's Collects Comics and I'm back with another episode of Monday Hauls. This is the web series where I share with you my comic book pickups from the past week to week and a half. I'm also going to be sharing a mini review for a book that I picked up this past week, so stay tuned. Alright, hey, so here we are. It is episode number 35 of Monday Hauls, this ongoing series where I continue to share with you the books that I've been picking up, while I'm going to also start giving mini reviews for some of them as well. So I can't wait to share those with you, and so we're going to jump right into it. Now, some of these books, as I'll share with you, I have picked up through a Facebook claim sale. So with those, I generally will build a package or a box, so I won't have those books in hand the week that they go live, but I will have them secured later. So I'll explain that when I get to it in a second. That's going to be a couple of these books that I've got here. So as you know, one book that I've been touting, I've been talking a lot about it. It has been optioned. It started to gain some heat, but I'm continuing to read it and collect it and keep a run of the ongoing series because it's just that good. Nocterra number 7 hit the stands this past week, and man, after a brief hiatus, they are back. They're in full force, top form. I still highly recommend this book. They did take a few months off. They did the Blacktop Bill special. Got those I think a few weeks ago, or a little bit ago when they came in from a shipment. But here is Nocterra number 7. This is just a stunning Tony Daniel cover A to it. Then this, I believe, is the cover B, and this is a Jason Fabok cover. Just stunning work here. This is a really cool change of pace by Danny, I think. It's a neat, just a different variant than we've seen before for the series. I just think a fantastic job on that one. And then by far the goriest one that we've seen, a Tony Daniel cover that just is really gloriously violent, but this is the cover D for Nocterra number 7. So I did pick up all 4 of those variants. Man, I am all aboard the Nocterra train. Just to give you a quick premise, if you haven't been keeping up with it, Nocterra tells the story of a dystopian future where there's a young woman, the title character, who drives trucks full of people and product and other stuff from outpost to outpost in a land that where the darkness hides creatures that are violent and that will take them out, as well as like pirates and there's other intrigue and politics and stuff. So it's a really cool future tale with a really neat, strong female character. She was very original, especially starting in just issue number 1, right out of the gate. Fantastic character, very well written, and Tony S. Daniel is really at the top of his game with the interior art for this. Lots of cool variant covers have hit the market, but you know me, I'm always gonna grab that cover A, and they never disappoint with the cover A's. So now the first trade I think is out already for collecting issues 1 through 6, and I highly recommend picking that up if you're just a reader. You can get that and get yourself the Blacktop Bill special, and then you're completely caught up. Because some of the back issues are starting to go up. I think number 1A is going for around $15-20 a piece, sometimes more in high grade. But this is one of those books that is well worth it. It has been optioned for a series, so we are going to get to see it in live action. And while I don't think it's going to hit like Walking Dead level, I do think it's going to be a solid science fiction story. And if they cast it right, it could be a real winner. So that's my recommendation, and just a quick sneak peek at Nocterra number 7, which was out this past week. Also out this past week that I want to draw attention to is Seb let's see, Speed Republic. Okay, this is, I think this is the cover A right here, and the cover B. This is very much like a death race style book. It's like it's a future death race story. My son, now I actually picked this up for my son. My son read this and he said he liked it. Didn't quite like it as much as Tokyo Ghost, which is his current favorite. So, but I did want to say, you know, if you're into that kind of cross country race where you can die and there's peril and danger at every turn, and you know this and a lone character in a fast car is racing their way through this type of a situation. If that sounds like your cup of tea, then Speed Republic may be something worth checking out. Like I said, there were 2 covers to this, so I did pick up both of them for him. The last of the new books that I picked up this week is the one that I'm most excited about. This is from AWA Upshot. As you know, I'm a huge fan of that label. Those 2 companies are doing fantastic work under the guidance of Axel Alonso. But this is Primos #1. This is a 4-issue limited series, and it's by Al Madrigal of Daily Show fame. He's also a stand-up comedian. He's done some writing. He is somebody in the entertainment industry that is continuing to work, and he tells the story of the genesis of this book. That, you know, just talking to some of the people in the industry with him about the lack of strong Hispanic superhero characters, he was challenged by them, including Jon Stewart, to, hey, go write one. And he has the platform to do so. And so, amazingly enough, awesome enough, he did it. So, Primos #1 is out this week. This is, I think this is the A cover, and then this one is the B cover. These were the only 2 that my LCS had. There may be others. I'm going to be looking for them and grabbing all of them that they can. Because here's the thing about Primos. It wasn't just... well, okay, let me say it this way. I will generally always pick up a Hispanic character comic book because I want to support and I want to see more like that. They're not always the highest quality. Sometimes they're a little bit pandering, sometimes they're a little bit derivative, sometimes they're just kind of stale because there's nothing original or new about them. The thing that impressed me the most about Primos was that it felt very original. Obviously, there's tons of superheroes out there now, but the world that's being created here with the roots back to the Mayan culture of old, and then tying that into interstellar space travel, and then bringing it back to present day the United States with modern characters, was just something that it is a fantastic mashup of science fiction, superhero action, and that kind of deep historical, not necessarily thriller, but just those, like a Mayan tale of old. And the three lead characters that you can see here, we get to really meet the lead here in the front in this first issue. The other 2 are introduced, but they're not like really focused. We don't really get to meet them quite a whole bunch in this one. But I thought it was really strong premise. The artwork by Carlo Barbari and Brian Reber is fantastic. The story and the plotting and even most of the dialogue is excellent. There's a little bit, because the lead character is 15 years old, and the writer is probably my age, maybe a little bit, maybe around my age, maybe a little bit younger, maybe a little bit older. I'm not sure. So the thing that can happen is sometimes we can write, and the teenage character might not quite sound like a teenager, might sound like a middle-aged man writing for a teenager. That was the only thing, but here's the thing about it. It's such a small thing that it's almost just like a nitpick, because everything else about the story was fantastic. And it was something that as the story went on, I got sucked more and more into the story, and I was just really, really impressed and very intrigued with where is this story going to go. What is he going to do with it? Where are we going to be left off at the end of the 4-issue run? And so my biggest recommendation for this week, especially if you are somebody who is seeking out Hispanic superheroes, go pick this book up. If your local comic shop doesn't have it, go say, hey, I want you to order this book. I think they can still get it. I don't think it's out of print yet. AWA Upshot does put out a fair amount of their books, and this is by far one of the top books. Like, I'm putting this up there by Erratic and by Not All Robots, which I thought have been their best 2 offerings to date. My favorite of their offerings to date. So, I generally don't rave a lot about any one title. I think the only one I've raved this much about has been the new Moon Knight, which is great and worth picking up from Marvel. But Primos, it's very good, it's very well done, and it's well worth supporting. And here's the thing about that we have to understand as comic fans, as part of the fandom. We have to support some of these books and get them the maybe instead of buying an extra variant cover, like the 15th variant for one of the big 2, maybe we throw a little bit of our monthly spend into these independent books that deserve the support. Because I think sometimes the bigger brands, they kind of phone in some of the writing. But then there's other times when there's very passionate, strong stories like Primos that deserve the support. And need it, because it's gonna speak, and the way that we can speak the loudest as fans is with our dollars. That's how we vote. That's how we let publishers know. And I just love it because it felt like an old school superhero origin story, but yet mixed in with a completely original and new concept. So that's my pitch on Primos. Not getting paid to say this. Nobody knows that I'm going to say this. I think nobody connected to it knows I'm going to say this, but I just wanted to share it because I'm passionate about it. I'm excited about it, and I want you to know that there's only 4 issues, and the first one's already hit stands, so it's time to get out there and grab them. So make sure and do that if you're so inclined. Otherwise, let me know what else you might have picked up this past week out of the new books. I know there was a whole bunch of new books. I know that Donny Cates is just killing it on Hulk. There's the Venom book that's going on. There's Moon Knight that's continuing. Miles Morales, Spider-Man, all the different Batman titles, Robin titles, just all the different books that are out. Let me know what you picked up this week. A couple last ones that came in. As I alluded to at the beginning, I did get a small package from one of my Facebook sellers. This is somebody that I buy from on Facebook on the regular, and he had a couple of copies of Animal Castle #1 here. I think this might be a second printing, or I don't know, maybe this is the first printing, but I only had the B cover for it, so I went ahead and picked this one up because this was what the A cover was. It might be, like I said, it might be the second printing. And then, as always, because they're super cool, an Animal Castle blank for #1, because animal books, always great ones to have blank covers of. Also, he threw in a couple of freebies for me. Another free comic book day, Stray Dogs, to add to my few that I've got. And then the DC Pride cover for Superman, Son of Kal-El, #5, because we know that Jonathan Kent has started a new romance, and so I think this is the cover. I think this is the issue where it happens, but I'm not 100% sure. So thank you to that Facebook seller. He chooses to remain anonymous. For everyone else, like I said, let me know. What did you pick up this week? What did I miss out on? Is there anything that you said, man, Carlos, you should have picked that up because that looked like a fun book? As always, you can find me here on Monday nights at 10 p.m. Central for Monday Hauls, which is this show that you're watching right now. You can also find us Wednesday nights on 10 p.m. Central to 11 p.m. Central for the giveaway show. And then Friday nights, I like to drop brand new feature videos, including what I'm doing right now, which is a 4-part series which is Comic Collecting for Beginners. It's an awesome series, already proven to be very popular, so make sure you tune into that, watch that, and keep an eye out for some of those. You may just, even if you're a veteran collector, you may just find some tips and hints that end up proving beneficial for you. As always, thank you for spending the time watching. Make sure to like this video. Make sure to leave a comment. I will always and continue to always promise that if you take the time to leave a comment, I will take the time to respond to it. Every single one. Make sure to hit that notification bell if you're a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, make sure to subscribe and then hit the notification bell. Every subscription counts. The channel is growing, and guess what? I'm just about to drop the video for the 600th subscriber giveaway, which as soon as we hit that milestone, we'll be doing a giveaway, and guess what? It might just be a slab. So stay tuned for the videos coming on the channel. I'm Carlo Collects Comics. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Monday Hauls. I'll see you next time.